Hi everyone, this is Marco. In this video I'm going to demonstrate a basic workflow of Momentum and how I use it. And for this purpose I will replicate a pen by Raisa Young. It's a magazine layout. It's a responsive page. It's really nice looking and effective. So let's get started. I've already created a new project, so we can start with HTML. So I will just collapse the code to better see the structure, and what I see is that we have a main and two sections. So in order to see the structure of the page, I will use visual helpers. For now I will have bubble and tags on, and I don't need this here, this H1 and P, so I can turn on creator toolbars in order to remove these elements. Now I need tools. I have this U, and I need two containers. It's one section and another one, but I will just make it a bit wider so I can have more comfort. The main has a class magazine, so let's enter it right here for in the place for classes. And section has this one. And magazine content. Alright, so now let's focus on the first section. There inside we have div, okay, and inside we have H2, HR, and P. So we'll need one div here, right? It has a class magazine photo wrapper. Copy it, right? And then I need H2, HR, and P. All these elements are under typography section, so I can just drag them on the page HR and P. So the good thing to notice here is as soon as I drop the element on the page, I have the CMS attached to it, so I can immediately enter the content. Let's say a different perspective, as this is the content here. And if I have Team CMS toolbars turned on, then I can do some basic styling like bold or italic. More options are coming soon here. But if we look here, there is something different that we have inside. H2 is actually a container here, which contains text node and a span element. So what we're gonna do is that we will take this H2 and convert it in container. So I actually need again Momentum toolbars, and here I have the option to convert the element to a container. So we come to one of the rules of Momentum, that container is not able to contain text nodes. It only can contain other elements. So in order to replicate this, I will need another span here. So let's get two spans. One and another. And now I can type text again. And let's not forget to enter this class text uppercase on the second span. Next, we will copy this class for HR and for paragraph. itself. And now we will do the same thing. We will convert paragraph to a container and then enter this content. So let's do it here. And then we'll get two span elements and insert content. And again, let's not forget just to copy this class to the second span. So now let's switch focus to styles part, and I will just take all the styles and copy it directly into the styles editor, so I can access it from here. And then yes, the important point is that this is SCSS preprocessor, so I have to set it here. Can do it from settings, right? And now I can just paste all the code here and changes are immediately applied to the document. And now let's turn off all the helpers to see the page as it is. Now let's see if there are some other libraries that we should pay attention to. Here we see that she uses normalize. So for now I'm just going to get normalize from the CDN. Alright. This one is going to be okay. Right, and let's copy it. Here I have to open first the import libs panel, and then I have the section for CSS and JS files. So I just put the normalizer here. And the important notice is that as soon as I type it here, I need to refresh the page to have it applied. Also, let's see if there is anything important in the head. This meta tag viewport is already included in our project by default. So we see that there is import of the font library. So let's get it, and I think we will do it the same way. I'll just put it here below and refresh the page here. And we should see some changes, but it seems that there is something that we are missing out. Let's try to figure out what happened. So I'll just turn back this helpers. Yes, and here during the process of conversion we lost the classes that we entered at first. So this is a bug, but for now let's just pay attention to it until it gets fixed. So we'll take one more time all the classes from H2, and here it is. Now we get closer, but it's still a difference in this part. And this is probably because we made changes to make this part work in Momentum. So let's try to find this one somewhere here in the classes, somewhere here in the styles. Okay, this is a photo title and it immediately addresses the span. So now as we have two spans, let's just do this as a quick fix. I will just convert span to the class, and I will apply this class here. So here it is. Let's turn off visual helpers so we can see the page as it is. So good so far. We we finished the first section, and now it's time to address another section which is a bit longer, which has a bit more content in itself. But instead of building it manually, I'm going to show you something really cool. At the moment, we don't need all these panels anymore, so I will just close it. And I'm going to open a web parser. And the name web parser comes from the fact that I can take any HTML from the web, as I will do it right now, and import it directly to Momentum. So let me copy the whole section tag. Let's get back here. And now I just need helpers. I already dropped here one section container, but now I'm going to remove it. And then I will select the main. And here I can just paste all the HTML that I have in buffer and say parse. And now what we can see here is the parsed structure of the HTML adopted to the rules of Momentum. So C is for container and E is for element. And we see that it intelligently decided the types of blocks to be imported. So I'll just go ahead and press build HTML to start the importing process. And we see that it works and it's finished. So we have all the blocks imported. Let's just turn off visual helpers to see the state of the page. And here is the thing that we should address it in the same manner as here, I suppose, as web parser decided to import the text nodes as a span elements inside the containers. So let's turn on visual helpers to see what is happening here. And yes, in H1, which is magazine article title, I can see the names of classes like this, if I need to watch the classes all the time. So we should address the spans inside. So let's close the web parser and open the code editor for this purpose. And then I think we can find another span like this. And one more time, right? Yes, here it is. And let's see what we need exactly to do. It's this one. So yes, we have a digital philosophy. The digital is a span with the uppercase. Let's come back and say it will be the span class and just convert this one to the span class. And here it is. Let's turn off the visual helpers. See the page as it is. We are almost done. The only remaining thing is that we have to set the body background, as this is the thing that we as developers often forget to do it and risk to interference the browser settings. So let's just find the body and enter background white. Yeah, that's it. And you can have a look at our page here in the full screen also. Yeah, I don't need these toolbars anymore, so I'll just turn it off. It's there. So in conclusion, we'd love to invite you to come and try Momentum yourself. This alpha release is currently available at our servers on dims.io, so you can fill in the request for the test ride there. Just I'm logged in, so I will log out to show you, and here is the form, go for a test ride, that you can fill in, and we'll be more than glad to open you an account so you can experiment with our new environment. Your feedback is of course the most important thing, so I hope that you enjoy the video. Have fun!